The video arrived at 2:14 a.m. No text, no sender name, just a 30-second file from a number I didn't recognize. I tapped play. My son was sobbing, maybe 9 years old. His voice splintered every time he inhaled. Behind him, a man, her new man, lifted his hand again and swung. The smack echoed like a gunshot. And then I saw her, my wife, laughing. "Your father's too weak to stop any of this," she said on camera. "Go ahead. Call him. Let him hear you cry." The boyfriend grabbed my son's phone and punched in my number. My screen flashed. I answered before the first ring even finished. "Dad." That one word shattered me and rebuilt me instantly. I didn't yell, didn't curse, didn't threaten. I just said, calm, cold, flat, "Son, Daddy is pulling up now with friends." Then I ended the call. By morning, my emergency leave from base was approved. By lunch, I was on a plane. Every tick of the clock between was a countdown. When I landed, the sky was the same color it was the day I deployed, a dull gray that didn't care who lived or died under it. Our house sat at the end of the cul-de-sac. It used to feel like safety. Now it looked like a crime scene. I didn't go in. I walked to the neighbor's porch, the one who sent the footage. He looked like he hadn't slept in weeks. "I couldn't ignore it anymore," he said. "It wasn't just last night. It keeps happening." He gave me the rest. Days of recordings. Different angles. Different nights. My boy's bruises weren't accidents. They were instruction. And she watched. And smiled. Something inside me turned to ice. No screaming. No rage. Just clarity. I didn't burst in the door. I didn't announce anything. I rented a car and parked 3 houses down, and watched the house I built become the set for a life she choreographed without me. Around 6 p.m., she came out, hairstyled, red coat on. He followed holding my coffee mug. They kissed like it was routine. I filmed everything. After that, I called a man I served with, Detective Harris. I asked for a quiet welfare check. He didn't request context. He just said he'd handle it. By the next day I had reports, dates, statements, proof of abuse, proof of neglect, proof of psychological manipulation. They didn't just strike my son. They tried to erase my existence from his mind. She told him I never called. She told him I didn't care. Calm is leverage. I wanted her to drown in silence. 3 nights later, I let myself in. Same spare key. Same drawer. The fridge hummed. The house smelled the same as always, like the life she pretended was normal. My son was safe in protective custody now. Upstairs bed. Blankets tucked. Supervised. She was in the kitchen, barefoot, holding a glass of wine. She froze. "You're not allowed here," she said. "You're not either," I replied, and slid a USB drive across the counter. She blinked at it. "What is that?" "Everything." She plugged it into her laptop. I didn't need to watch the footage. I watched her instead. When she saw herself laughing while he struck our child, her face didn't break from guilt. It cracked from fear of consequences. "You don't understand," she whispered. "No," I said, "you don't." I walked out, left the door open. Next morning they were both in cuffs. I didn't have to file charges. The evidence was enough. Witnesses came forward. The internet ignited. Her career evaporated. Her reputation disintegrated. He ran. Didn't get far. I never laid a hand on either of them. I didn't raise my voice once. I just held up a mirror and let the world roast them in their own reflection. When officers asked if I wanted to add a statement, I gave one line. Real justice is quiet. Months have passed. My son laughs now, carefully at first, like he's testing whether the world is safe. He sleeps in the room across from mine. Door open always. Sometimes I stand in the hallway and listen for the sound of his breathing, just to prove to myself he's still here. People say I handled it well. They don't understand. I didn't handle anything. I contained a warhead that never detonated. Revenge isn't fury. Revenge is composure. And the coldest way to punish a monster is to walk away while the fire behind you consumes everything they ever were. I didn't return to save them. I returned to end the narrative they tried to replace me with.